Following information has been gathered from the books of CRAM Limited for the year ended 31st March 2021, the equity shares of which is trading in the stock market at rupees 28. You are given equity share capital of face value rupees 20. The amount is 20 lakhs, that is 2 million. 10% preference share capital, it is 400,000. Reserves and surplus 1.6 million. 12.5% debentures 1.2 million. Profit before interest and tax for the year 800,000. You have to calculate the following when the company falls within 25% tax bracket. Number 1, return on capital employed. Number 2, earnings per share. And number 3, PE ratio as well. Okay, so let's do that. And for this we basically have to prepare the income statement because we need so many information for preparing these ratios. So first we'll prepare an income statement. So we can start with this profit before interest and taxes. Then we can provide for 12.5% interest on debenture. So once you deduct that, you get profit before tax. Then you can apply 25% tax bracket. So you get profit after tax. And from that, if you deduct 10% preference dividend, you get to know what is the profit available for equity shareholders. Okay, let's do that now. Income statement. Let's start with the profit before interest and tax. And what is the value? Profit before interest and tax, it is 800,000. Now on this we have to deduct 12.5% interest on debentures. 12.5% interest on debenture. And what was the debenture amount? It was 1.2 million, right? So it is 12 lakhs into 12.5%, and that is 150,000. Okay, and if you deduct this, you will get to know what is the profit before tax, which is 650,000. On this, let's apply tax. The tax rate is 25%, right? So it is 650,000 into 25%. It is 162,500. Let us deduct that. So we get profit after tax. So this is going to be profit after tax, right? From this we have to deduct preference dividend. Less preference dividend. And what is the preference share capital amount? It is 400,000. So on that 10%. So it is 10% of 4 lakhs, 400,000. And that works out to 400,000 into 10%. It is 40,000. So we'll deduct that as well. And we get to know what is the profit available for equity shareholders. So this is the profit available for equity shareholders. Okay, and all these information are very crucial, and let's see what are the requirements. Number 1, we have to calculate return on capital employed. So how do we calculate return on capital employed? That is ROCE is basically earnings before interest and taxes, or say profit before interest and taxes divided by TCE, that is total capital employed, and then you can multiply with 100 so that you can express that in percentage. So what is profit before interest and taxes? We have that already directly in the question. Okay, that is 800,000. Then we should find out what is total capital employed. How do you find out what is total capital employed? So look at here. There is a equity share capital of 2 million, 10% preference share capital of 400,000, reserves and surplus of 1.6 million, 12.5% debentures 1.2 million. Okay, so if you add all the 4, that is 12 plus 16, 18, 28 plus 4, 32, 42, 52, that is 5.2 million. I'm just putting all those numbers here. It is 2 million. Okay, then 1.6 million, and then 400,000 and 1.2 million. So that gives total capital employed, and now we can easily find out return on capital employed, which is 800,000 divided by this 5.2 million. So you get 0.15, and if you multiply that with 100, you get 15. We can express it as 15%. So this is the return on capital employed. But one thing, this is return on capital employed pre-tax, because this does not factor factor the tax element, and here the figures are approximated. Let me give 2 decimals. So it is 15.38% approximate. Now how do I find out return on capital employed post-tax? I'll put that here itself, ROCE post-tax. In that case, what we have to do, we have to just modify the formula in the numerator, that is PBIT. This profit before interest and taxes should be adjusted for tax rate. So from this PBIT, if we deduct tax of 25%, then we get return adjusted for tax. So I'll write it like this: PBIT into 1 minus T divided by total capital employed into 100. Okay. So what we can do, we can take PBIT multiplied by 1 minus T. That is nothing but this PBIT multiplied by 1 minus T. What is T? That is tax rate, 25%. So it is 1 minus 0.25. So basically we are looking at 75% of PBIT, and that works out to how much? 600,000. Now that can be compared with total capital employed of this 5.2 million, and now we can arrive at ROCE. ROCE post-tax. So ROCE post-tax, let's calculate. It is 600,000 divided by this 5.2 million, and if you express that in percentage by multiplying it with 100, you get 11.54%. This is ROCE post-tax. Okay. Then moving on to the second question, we have to compute earnings per share. That's quite simple. Earnings per share, that is EPS. How do we find out? We will be comparing the profit available for equity shareholders with the number of equity shares. Okay. So what is the profit available for equity shareholders? Already we have computed here. It is 47,500. Then number of equity shares. So how do we arrive at the number of equity shares? In the question, it was given that the equity, that is share capital, is 2 million, right? So this is share capital, and the face value is mentioned as 20 rupees. So number of shares is simple, is 2 million divided by 20. So 100,000 is the number of equity shares. So we can bring that over here. Number of shares are 100,000. So now take this profit available for equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares, you get 4.48, or if you make it 3 decimal, it is 4.475, and this is the EPS. So this is question 2, and question 3 is connected with this answer. What is question 3? We have to find out PE ratio. So how do we find out the PE ratio? It is basically market price per share divided by earnings per share. Market price per share information was made available in the question. It is 28 rupees. And earnings per share is 4.475. So now finding PE ratio becomes very simple, because it is basically market price divided by EPS. Okay, it is 6.26. It means this particular share is traded in the market at 6.26 times of its earning.